Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over how Drone Drop just got bought out by Get FPV Crate. We're going to go over a couple of reasons why this happened and how this actually might be a bad thing in the long run for the subscription FPV community. However, for those of you who are new, my name's Mr. Ty. Welcome to this channel. If you're new here, essentially what I do is I do a whole bunch of reviews on stuff like these subscription FPV crates, different parts for our community, and I do my very best to help you guys make educated buying decisions and also become a better pilot. So guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so first things first, yes, I am wearing a Chewbacca robe. However, it is snowing outside, it is stupid cold, and since I do all my filming out here in the shed, I just couldn't wear my usual like flannel and tie. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this box and what just happened. Drone Drop was a subscription box that came out a little over, I think, 2 years ago. It's been out now for actually quite a while. However, they were not the first subscription box to come out. In fact, if I am correct, I'm pretty sure the first subscription box was Quad Box. Shortly after that, a box called Prop Box came out, and then there was the Drone Drop. Now, eventually, Prop Box ended up falling by the wayside and we don't see them anymore. However, Drone Drop and Quad Box for a long time were the only two subscription boxes. There was a period of time, however, though, when Quad Box and Drone Drop have both had their ups and downs. However, about 6.5 months ago, FPV Crate came out and really made everybody step up their game. When FPV Crate came out, it was in a time when Quad Box just had a couple of pretty bad boxes come out, and there was some issues going on with the boxes shipping late, and Drone Drop themselves a couple months back had a couple of questionable boxes. However, once FPV Crate came out, a lot of stuff changed. First, they knocked it out of the park. Their first couple of boxes had amazing value, and they were touted as one of the best subscription boxes really quickly after coming out of the gate. Now, at the same time that all this was happening, Quad Box, which is owned by Rotor Riot, was going through a complete restructuring. A lot of their employees got changed around, and a lot of things were happening behind the scenes. However, Rotor Riot decided to bring Quad Box in-house, and ever since then, the boxes have been a lot better. They've been shipping on time for the most part, and have had fantastic value. So, Quad Box really stepped up their game to compete with FPV Crate. Well, what did Drone Drop do? Unfortunately, around the time Get FPV Crate came out, Drone Drop kinda dropped the ball a little bit. Unfortunately, they had some boxes that people didn't see a lot of value in. They weren't bad boxes, they just didn't really have the parts that people wanted. And a lot of people were jumping ship to try out Get FPV Crate or to go back to Quad Box now that they've restructured things. This led to Drone Drop's client base shrinking pretty drastically over those couple of months, which in return made them not be able to order in such large bulk. When they weren't able to order in such large bulk, they couldn't get the parts quite as cheap as they used to, and this dropped the value of the box at pretty much the worst possible time because the other two boxes were really knocking it out of the park, like I said. This furthermore led to their subscriber base dwindling away until a point where they just could not buy and put in the same amount of value in the boxes that they once were. And what was even worse is that their customer support started to go down as well. People just ended up not getting boxes, me included. Out of 5 months I was subscribed, 2 of my boxes never even showed up. When people were emailing them about these issues that they were having, they weren't getting replies or being blown off or getting the runaround, and in my case, at one point, they just started flat out ignoring me. I sent them over 12 emails trying to figure out where my box was, and they just never replied. Now at this point, I am going to make a little bit of speculation, and this I cannot prove one way or another, but this is my opinion on it. I think toward the end of Drone Drop, they knew that they were going out of business, and they were going to ride it for as much as they could. They wanted to pull out as much profit before they sold the company. and in short, really ended up screwing a lot of customers. Some evidence I do have to back this up is the November box was actually shipped out by Team Black Sheep, and some people got invoices saying that those boxes cost $20, which essentially means that Drone Drop was paying TBS $20 to send us a box that we, after shipping, were paying $50 for. Also, to back up my point, is that all YouTubers who were releasing these bad reviews weren't getting comments on our channel anymore from the company. If you go back 6 or 7 months, Drone Drop was pretty active with communicating with a lot of these reviewers who were putting reviews out of their product. However, they really seemed to pull away from almost all forms of social media in the last couple of months. And for those of you who visited their store regularly, you would see that their stock was dwindling pretty quickly, and they weren't really holding new products like they used to. Now, when you combine all of this with the fact that they just started to have lousy customer service and didn't care about our claims, really leads me to believe that they were just screwing us over in the end. And that I was very unhappy about. It does suck that they have gone out of business now. However, with that being said, I don't really feel sorry for them because they definitely took a lot of us for a pretty crazy ride and definitely didn't give us the value that we deserved, especially those last couple of boxes. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned how this might actually be a bad thing, and I'm going to get into that now. As of right now, there is only 2 companies that have these subscription box plans. That is, like I said, Quadbox and Get FPV Crate. The downside to this is that there is no more competition between these boxes. Their competition essentially has been completely cut in half. Each box only has to compete with the opposing box now. And given the fact that these 2 boxes are actually quite a bit different, they completely cater to almost 2 completely different crowds. Quadbox is for that person who just wants a lot of value in a box, and Get FPV Crate, in my opinion, is more of the box for the person trying to build a drone and get all the parts they need to build a full drone. You will more likely get better value in Quadbox, but the FPV Crate seems to be more relevant. At least that's my opinion based off of history so far. But now that they don't have their annoying little brother sending out these boxes, they don't have as much to worry about. And if history has taught us anything, if there's no competition in the marketplace, then complacency normally sets in. Downside of this, we probably won't see immediately. But I am kind of fearful that 4 or 5 months from now, the value of these boxes might start to decrease because they aren't being pressured like they used to put the same amount of value in the box. Now, I hope I'm wrong, and if we're lucky, maybe a 3rd company will come along and add even more competition to this marketplace and create even better value than we've ever seen before, but only time will really tell. Now, there is a couple of good notes to this. If you were signed up for Drone Drop, you would have gotten an email letting you know that they were being bought out by Get FPV Crate, and in that email, they have a discount code for you. If you go over to Get FPV Crate, and this is your first time subscribing, if you're already subscribed, unfortunately this doesn't apply to you, but if this is your first time subscribing, you can enter that code and you'll get the Get FPV Crate for $10 cheaper for the next 3 months. After those 3 months, it will go back to the $50 price, but that is pretty cool. Drone Drop was the cheaper box, and so now that Get FPV is allowing you to get their box for cheaper, that in my opinion is pretty nice. And the other benefit is for those people who really didn't know anything about FPV Crate and maybe was only buying this box as a one-time thing for a gift, there is not a terrible option anymore. There was a period of time that, if your grandma bought you the Drone Drop, you might have just got a box full of tweezers and stuff you would never use. Although I am going to miss just being able to completely lay into a box and tell you guys how terrible it is. If you guys haven't seen some of those videos, go check them out. I think they're kind of funny. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that. So if you guys liked this video, or you thought it was helpful or educational in any way, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anything or you disagree with me in any way. And if you feel like I've earned your subscription, go ahead and subscribe. This is a brand new YouTube channel, and I am trying very hard to grow it. Try to get my content out there to help as many people as I can. So if you think I'm helping, you know, check out one of my other videos. They should be popping up now. I have a lot of different reviews on different stuff, so go check one of those out. And like always, fly safe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I'm also going to have a review video coming out here very shortly about the blaster motors. So if you are interested in those, or if you want to know if they're worth it or my opinion on it, make sure you keep your eye out for that video. All right, that's it, guys. Bye.